Welcome to a very special part of the series where I put famous brands through Google Translate but 1000 times for this one, and then recreate whatever cursor result Google gives us. I seriously can't thank you enough for all the support on this series and for every message you've sent. I'll begin with Kinder Bueno, one of my most suggested brands for me to do and one of my personal favorites. And out of all of the different flavors they offer, I decided to work on the coconut one. So without further ado, let's put the brand name through Google Translate, set the factor to 1000 times, and click the patient. Alright, let's do the flavor too. And egg yolk. To be honest, I can actually say an egg yolk Kinder Bueno exists in. As always, here's our clean mock-up to work on. I'll start by turning the background into a nice egg yolk color. Then I'll recreate this shape on top like the original. And of course, let's not forget the milk layer. I'll give it the same visual effects and boom, our new background is ready. I couldn't find the exact Bueno font, so I'll use this one instead to type the new name. I'll apply some transformation to it and give it the same effect as the original. I'll also place the new manufacturer's logo on top. Now we need the actual egg yolk bar. Luckily, I found this Bueno bar from the white flavor. It's perfect for our case. Perfect. I'll turn it white, make the inner cream look like melted egg yolk, and turn the outer crunchy layer into a yellowish hardened yolk. And to let people know the ingredient used in this heavenly bar, I'll place a glass of milk here, followed by Kinder's favorite ingredient, a hazelnut. And then the main ingredient, an egg, actually nah, 2 eggs. I'll give the whole thing some shadows. I'll type the egg yolk flavor name under the logo, then start placing some different badges, legal text, calorie badge, until it looks officially fake. Finally, I'll place 2 normal Bueno bars underneath everything and give them the same eggiest heavily treatment. And here it is, the patient egg yolk Kinder Bueno knockoff. This looks very tempting to me. I like this way too much. But what about you? Next up, we've got Chupa Chups lollipops. This brand hits me with insane nostalgia thanks to all of those different colors and flavors they still offer. But I decided to work on their mixed flavor pouch called the Best Of. So as always, I threw the name into Google Translate, set it to 1000 times, and trust me bruh, yeah no, just trust me. Now let's try the flavor, and yes, a pumpkin? What? Anyways, let's make pumpkin flavors Chupa Chups lollipops. First thing first, I start with this pouch mock-up I found online. I'll turn the background into a pumpkin orange color. This pack will contain 10 lollipops. For the Trust Me logo,
we are just getting started.
I'll recreate the same flowery shape from the original Chupa Chups logo. I'll write a new name using a similar font, and I'll grab this swirly element and attach everything together. Done. Now we need the actual pumpkin Chupa Chups inspired lollipop. I could just grab an existing one, turn it orange, make the stick green, and call it a day. But instead, I chose pain. I went the Blender route and recreated this, trust me bruh, yes, a pumpkin lollipop from scratch. Mamma mia. Blender 3D, this software is really hard. But honestly, I'm super happy with the final results. So let's drop it to the new packaging. Next, I'll recreate the flavor bar from the original design, but completely redesigned for the pumpkin flavor. I'll type the new name right here, place this squarish shape, draw another square inside it, and put a pumpkin paste right in the center. Then I drag 2 more similar squarish elements to each side and place the flavor name below. It still needs something to scream pumpkin, so I drop another full orange pumpkin here, add some fly leaves above it, and maybe some on this side too. Finally, I made this custom flavor text, move it to the new packaging, change its color, add a natural badge, a stick material badge, the product type, and finish everything off with this calorie count. Now it's time to design the individual Trust Me lollipop packaging. I'll make the top part the same orange as the pouch and draw a bunch of ovals with different colors, sizes, and shapes. Then I slap the logo on top. I'll add this pumpkin here, give it a bold white stroke, place another one beside it, duplicate them on both sides. I drop the flavor name right between the ovals. And with that, the Trust Me Yes a Pumpkin Chupa Chups lollipop knockoff is officially ready for the market. I honestly bet this will taste amazing. If you are enjoying what are you seeing so far, please consider subscribing to the channel. Thank you. Now let's move on to Nesquik chocolate. They have tons of different packaging types and sizes for the same chocolate powder product. But I decided to work with this weird looking bottle right here. So I'll type the name into the inputs and pain. I feel you Google. Next, the flavor name, liquids of water. I genuinely can't process that.
I am under the water.
Anyway, let's create this pain, Nesquik liquids of water knockoff. First, I clean this whole thing up to make some space for the new design. And I start with the mascot. He looks so fine for a brand called Pain. So let's digitally ruin his day. I'll add bandages to his ear, make one eye look swollen by drawing a heavy eyelid over it, and do the same to the other eye, but slightly less damage. Maybe I'll break a tooth or two, pluck a few whiskers, and mess up his hair to give him that freshly bitten look. Now we're talking Pain. Speaking of which, I'll type the word Pain using a font similar to the Nesquik one, give it a thick white outline, place the manufacturer's name next to it, and boom, the new logo unlocked. Now we need to design the liquids of water flavor. I draw this droplet shape in a deep ocean blue, type the flavor name inside, and complete it with the missing text details. Then I start stacking random badges everywhere and drag the legal info down to the bottom. Finally, I'll add some cool meaningful scribbles all over the empty spaces on the bottle, just like the original design. And there it is, the brand new Pain liquids of water powder Nesquik knockoff. I've no idea what this would taste like, probably salty ocean water or something. Now with the world's #1 kids drink, Capri-Sun. They have a full party of different fruity, colorful flavors, from orange all the way to apple fruit crush, which happens to be the one we'll work on. So without wasting more time, I'll set it to 1000 and insert it. No comment. Next, the apple flavor. It's not alcohol, so we need to create and insert it. It's not alcohol kids juice somehow. Here's our mock-up for the new cursed drink. First and foremost, I recreate the same background as the original Capri-Sun design. Next, I'll type the new name on a separate canvas to make working the logo easier. I'll modify the letters to match Capri-Sun's style and change the dash into the same smiley one. I'll apply an aqua effect and then move it into the new packaging. I'll pin it white and give it a gradient drop shadow below it. Then I'll type the new flavor name we got from Google underneath, and there's a new inserted logo. Each original Capri-Sun flavor is represented by a fruit image on the pouch, so we need something similar for our it's not alcohol flavor too. I decided to go with hops. Hear me out. Hops are just not for beer. I found out it's also used for tea, so why not use it for non-alcoholic kids drink? So I'll place a picture of a fresh hops here and give it a realistic shadow on the background. For more realism, I'll add this shape here and include some extra text for more clarification about this cursed juice. I'll decorate the flavor name a bit more like the original and change the straw color to a vivid green. And here you go. The new inserted it's not alcohol hops non-alcoholic kids juice is ready. Capri-Sun's motto is no added sugar, but our new drink will definitely need a tons of sugar to overcome the bitterness of that hops flavor. We've arrived in the Nerds world, a super American candy that comes in various flavors and different shapes. But what matters most to us is the strawberry flavor. So I throw the name into Google and we get fasting. Okay, now the flavor nitric acid. This is as weird as it gets. Anyways, let's create this fasting nitric acid edible sugar candy. First, I'll turn our new candy box pink, then start building the same scattered cloud shapes from the original design. I couldn't find a close font to the Nerds logo, so I recreate the new fasting name from scratch following the style of the original letters. I'll give it the same visual effect, add some pimples here and there, and finish it off with the product type underneath. Very cool, right? Now let's work on the nitric acid flavor. I'll place some Nerds candies here and give them a suspicious radioactive acidic yellow color. I'll type the flavor name here and apply the same effect as the original. Nerds uses those tiny anthropomorphized characters everywhere, so we definitely need our own fasting characters too. I'll start with this base nerd, make him look sick and starved from all the nitric acid he's been eating. turn him pale yellow, and move him to the new packaging. Then I scatter more small yellowish fasting creatures in different poses all over the box, and as always, I'll finish the design with the calorie badge. The new fasting nitric acid candy is created with love, of course, but even though it looks pretty cool, it also looks extremely dangerous and contaminated. We did Capri-Sun, the nerds. So why not finish this video up with Lunchables, a cool kids lunchbox brand. They have plenty of options and varieties when it comes to flavors, but let's work on the chicken dunks one, because it's the one that features Capri-Sun and nerds. So I'll type the name into Google Translate, followed by the chicken flavor, set it to 1000 times, and addiction and rabbit power. Google is actually cooking in today's episode. First, I'll create a new background, then I'll tap the word addiction at the top, replace the letter A, and slice the letter T open to match the Lunchables logo side. I'll apply similar visual effects to something like this. In the same way, I'll place this font text underneath it. Now let's jump into the rabbit power flavor. Let's pretend it is some real rabbit meat nugget. I'll try to shape it into a lightning bolt power form. I draw some shadows and highlight to define it better. Looks delicious. I'll place 2 more rabbit powered nuggets below. I'll shade everything properly, of course. Splash some ketchup here and give the top nugget extra highlights to make it the main focus. Next, I drag in the inserted not alcohol drink and the fasting nitric acid candy on both sides. I'll add proper ground shadows for them too. Finally, I'll blur the flavor name in the center, drag more info text to the side, calories badge to the other side, and finish it off with the protein badge here. Dear parents, here's the new addiction rabbit powered nuggets lunchbox for your kids. It comes with fasting nitric acid candy and inserted non-alcoholic hops juice. This does not look edible at all, but I did my best. Hope you all enjoyed today's part of the series. See you next time. Subscribe.